We begin with breaking news. The guilty verdicts against Ghislaine Maxwell, found guilty late today of luring teenage girls to be sexually abused by her former boyfriend and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Jurors deliberated for 5 days before finding Maxwell guilty of all but one count. CBS's Jericka Duncan was inside the courtroom when the verdict was read. Jericka, good evening.
Good evening to you, Major. A number of reporters still standing outside the courthouse behind me, waiting to hear from either the prosecution or the defense, but many already releasing a statement from those accusers, calling this a joyous day, saying they feel vindicated. And even the U.S. attorney who oversaw this case said Maxwell is guilty of one of the worst crimes imaginable.
Ghislaine Maxwell sat silently and took a deep breath as the judge read the verdict. The British socialite and former girlfriend of accused sexual predator Jeffrey Epstein was found guilty of 5 of the 6 charges, including the most serious of grooming and trafficking of young girls. She faces up to 65 years in a federal prison. The prosecution argued that Maxwell was Epstein's partner in crime and critical to his alleged sex trafficking operation. Throughout the 2-week trial, jurors heard from 4 alleged victims who claimed Maxwell recruited them for Epstein and that she normalized and sometimes even participated in the abuse. In their testimonies, accusers recalled in often emotional and graphic detail being paid for giving Epstein sexual massages and being flown on Epstein's private planes to one of his many estates. The defense relied on the argument that Maxwell was being made a scapegoat for Epstein after he killed himself in 2019, just before standing trial on his own federal sex trafficking charges. Maxwell did not testify in her own defense, telling the court she did not need to because the prosecution failed to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. But ultimately, jurors had a different view.
This is a great day for these women to feel vindicated. And of course, a terrible day for Ghislaine Maxwell because she will have to face many, many years in prison.
And Maxwell also faces perjury charges. The attorneys for Maxwell say it's unclear just yet if they plan to appeal this case. Major?
Jericka Duncan, thank you.